Mic test, mic test. One, two, three. Paddock down. Just my side stand. Oh, my side stand is up. My cargo net, just in case we need anything. Bye. Oh my God. Ako visor. What the hell? Visor came off really fast. Good. Ay nako. Alright, take two. So before leaving, my visor wasn't fastened well enough. Mirrors are checked. Okay. So for the topic of this one, ang atong topic karon is how does it feel like to be a big bike owner? There's some viewers here that, you know, wish to have a big bike, and I understand. And yesterday I actually had a conversation with one of the people back in the city mayor's office, and then, you know, I shared some things that I thought need to be known when it comes to at least owning, you know, super bikes, or at least, you know, leader bikes, big bikes in general. And the first thing I told them, wait, let me just and the first thing I did say was it's a hassle. It's a chore to own a big bike, to own and operate a big bike. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my bike, right? And I love riding motorcycles. If that is your passion, then I'm very sure that you'll enjoy riding a big bike. It doesn't really come lightly. Owning a big bike isn't really like something that is taken lightly. Like, you know, at face value, when you own a big bike, you're like, holy shit, I own a big bike, I'm such a boss, you know. And I mean, sure, there's that rewarding feeling, but then the cost of ownership just jumps up afterwards. Now remember, this is for the, hold on, this is for the Filipino, you know, for the average Joe like me before. Oh my God, my mic. Okay, this is for the average Joe like me before. I used to drive, you know, a 150cc motorcycle, the Yamaha Sniper, and also the Duke 200 shortly after. And when I was riding the Duke, that's when I thought, oh, you know what? I actually like riding. Like, it's actually something that I can get used to. It's a hobby that I actually really like and can be really, you know, passionate about and consistent with. I kept riding a lot. And I really found that this was like, you know, my go-to hobby. Whenever things are kind of like, you know, down south, I ride. Whenever I need a clear head, I ride. So unless this is your passion, right, this sort of hobby is something that's pretty expensive. And I'm not talking about just the bike cost. The bike cost is already your upfront, you know, your upfront capital. But everything that comes after, the customizations, you know, the maintenance, like that thing is just like hella expensive. Customizations alone, I think I've already spent more than, you know, 50,000 pesos. Customizations, and these are not even performance customizations. These are aesthetic. Sure, you have places like Lazada that, you know, you have to pray that it fits, or you need to get it to the millimeter, to the millimeter. It's really something that you really need to take into good consideration before you actually, like, you know, before you actually like pull the trigger on. Because like, if it was just like, you know, if you just really like to ride, then getting a 150cc motorcycle would be plenty good enough already. You have a lot of group riders that, you know, that have 150cc motorcycles. You got the Aerox riders, the NMAX riders, you know, the Sniper riders that I usually see, Raiders, those kind of things. They really give you, you know, even the Gixxer 150s actually, those are pretty good bikes. If you really want to ride, you can stick to the 150cc, but if you want to take the quality of a riding experience a lot higher, get a big bike, by all means. Okay, if you want to flaunt, although I suggest against it, but if you want to flaunt, sure, go get a big bike. But remember, the bigger your responsibility is, and this is like 1000cc, right? The bigger your responsibility is, the bigger also naturally the costs would be to maintain it. You know, the parts don't come easy. This is a 2020 Kawasaki Z1000R, and you know, this is roughly one of the cheapest leader bikes on the market. Hold on, this is Manggihai, and I'll show you why a lot of people like riding to this place. That's why a lot of people like riding here in Manggihai. That's just like, you know, at least a kilometer stretch of yeah, just straight road, and a lot of drag races here too. Anyways, illegal drag races, but okay, so back to the topic. The owning a big bike, you know, riding a big bike really ups the quality of like, you know, of your riding experience. And I say this because, you know, there are just some characteristics, some traits, some features that big bikes have that small bikes will, you know, if they want to maintain the cost, it's impossible, or close to impossible. Or at least maybe the technologies of big bikes today can be incorporated in smaller bikes in like maybe 5 years, a decade. But who wants to wait 5 years to, you know, to for a hobby? Look at this guy. Okay, so at least that's with owning big bikes. For me, owning a big bike, you know, is one of the greatest things that I've ever had to do in my entire life. Growing up, you know, high school, I started riding the Badja and the XRM, the Honda XRM. I think it's Honda, yeah. And riding those, you know, I'd sneak out every night, or not really every night, but like I'd sneak out sometimes, ride those. And it was cool. It was really like, you know, it was such a nice feeling because riding a motorcycle is next to flying. At least the feeling of riding a motorcycle is next to flying, and it's amazing. So you know, if you're really passionate, again, just to sum things up, if you're really passionate about riding, then by all means, you know, get a bike, get a motorcycle rather. If you want to up that experience to another level, then by all means, get a big bike. Of course, you don't want to sell a kidney, an arm, and a leg. Dogs. You don't want to sell a kidney or an arm and a leg to be able to do this. Okay, don't sacrifice more than, you know, than what you can actually give. If anything, you know, if you have the money, then go get it. You know, if you have money to spare, get a big bike. And I would recommend this one, or the CB650R, right? But it depends, of course, you know, you have naked bikes or whatever. But the point is, getting a big displacement bike is going to up the experience by so much. Guaranteed. Doggy, don't you dare. So, we're here in Masao. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!